Brown.
Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer, and thank you for your statement, Minister. I agree with you that there's an urgency for jobs and growth to be brought to communities across Wales. However, I note that the Minister sets out the support she's giving to businesses in the valleys, but other regions of Wales, such as North Wales, are conspicuous only by their absence from the Minister's statement. True, the valleys of Wales need help, but they're not the only community in Wales that needs it. And I'm disappointed that focused support for other regions of Wales, which have hitherto been neglected, such as my own, are not mentioned in the Minister's statement. I welcome the rising in employment in Wales. However, we must treat these statistics with caution. Simply because more people are employed does not mean that they are substantially more than they were. Zero-hours contracts and low wages are prevalent across Wales, exacerbated by the seasonal nature of many of the economies across Wales, including in my own constituency. And if workers aren't on 0 hours, they may be on minimal hours only. It is vital that businesses are encouraged to bring higher paid, secure work into Wales. The Minister's efforts to support people getting into work will be futile if there's no work for people to go to. Your statement includes a number of objectives and ambitions, but no information about how, in a practical context, you will bring all this to fruition. Please explain how, in real terms, you will be using WES for the Ministerial Working Group and governmental departments to improve employability in Wales. In reality, the only way that Welsh Government can actually create jobs is to create some in the public sector, something that Labour governments in Cardiff and London have become adept at doing over the years to cover their own failures. But it is the private sector that delivers and it creates jobs. Welsh Government can encourage the creation of those jobs by providing a tax, regulatory and economic environment that will enable businesses, preferably homegrown ones, to thrive in a community that can provide them with the workers they need to do so. So I would ask whether the Employability Delivery Plan created by the Welsh Government Employability Board will encompass plans to incentivise and encourage investment from business into Wales. You state that you will work with key stakeholders. Can you indicate who these stakeholders are and whether you'll be working with some of the SMEs which form the backbone of the job-providing businesses in Wales? Turning to the Working Wales employability offer, please can the Minister tell us what forms of support will be offered in the new offer that aren't already being offered? I note that there are a number of different employability programmes, including REACT, Jobs Growth Wales, etc. Has the Minister considered whether these programmes should be merged to provide a single, authoritative and consolidated programme for Wales which is well understood by users? To what extent are you working with organisations such as the Recruitment Employment Confederation, ACPO, and their members to identify employability issues in Wales and investigate working in partnership with them to get more people in Wales into work? You state that you want to work across government to design and trial a profiling tool and management information system for advisors across Wales. So please could you give us an idea of how much such a project will cost, what its specifications will be and scope will be, and what advantages you see the system having which justify the outlay of the potentially high cost of the new system? Thank you.
Well, thank you for that series of questions. I think I have actually addressed almost all of them already, but I'll just reiterate. The Valleys Task Force is just mentioned as being the pilot testbed for some of the pieces of work that we're doing. As I already indicated to other members, it's not the only place that we'll be doing it, and we have to start somewhere. Obviously, communities of North Wales also have similar problems, and we will, of course, be addressing employability across the whole of Wales. In terms of the poor quality work, 0 hours and so on, I very much addressed that in terms of what we're doing on the Fair Work Commission. That has representation from the CBI, the FSB, trade unions, a whole series of other people and the government on it. And WESB is, for example, currently chaired by Scott Waddington, who's the chair of Brains. So I don't think that we can accept any criticism that we're looking only at the public sector, far from it. In fact, the regional skills partnerships are all chaired by employers as well, and they all sit on it, and they have three seats each. The chair of the regional skills partnership and two of the primary employers that they bring with them. So that's just not the situation at all. And actually, I wasn't talking about creating jobs in the public sector. The member will realise in my statement that we're talking about supporting the firms, for example, that have the highest growth potential. And also, of course, we're extending our business offer in terms of Indigenous companies to help them with their supply chains in Wales and so on. So I'm not too sure where that impression was created. In terms of the wider group of stakeholders, of course, we have a whole series of stakeholders. We have business organisations and SMEs from all over Wales. We have big business from all over Wales. We also have a number of delivery partners and stakeholders in terms of third sector partners who deliver employability programmes on our behalf and who support small businesses on our behalf. And we have a range of advisors in terms of businesses right across Wales. And I think the last point was about whether the programme is new or not. There are a number of new programmes, but what we're really talking about is making sure, as I explained to Claire Griffiths earlier, making sure that this jigsaw fits together. We don't have overlapping pieces, there aren't any gaps, and it makes a coherent picture that everybody can understand.